What's up, guys? So Brady and Charlie here. We did a mock draft a couple of years ago, and so we decided to do another one again. The only reason we didn't really make one last year was because off to college, and I didn't have much time to do one. Plus, last year's draft wasn't nearly as exciting. Didn't have the real star players like this draft seems to have. And so, go ahead.
All right, with the first pick is the Houston Texans. We have them taking quarterback Teddy Bridgewater from Louisville. Houston just signed their new coach Bill O'Brien yesterday. He likes to run the pro-style offense, and Teddy Bridgewater would be perfect for that. He's really good at making plays and has really good accuracy. So definitely help them from the 2-14 season they had this year.
Exactly. At number 2, we have St. Louis, which is the pick that they got from Washington in the RG3 trade. We have them taking offensive tackle Jake Matthews from Texas A&M. He's widely regarded as the best lineman, maybe the best player in the draft. And when you have a quarterback like Sam Bradford that has started to blossom and do well, you need to protect him and you need to make sure that he's going to be safe for the future. Especially with that huge contract that he's still under, you need to make sure that your team is safe.
And number 3 is Jacksonville. We have them taking quarterback Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M. Jacksonville hasn't had the greatest past couple of years, and with Chad Henne and Blaine Gabbert still being questionable, at this point you just have to take Johnny Manziel and add some flair to your team. He'd sell a lot of tickets, sell a lot of jerseys, and it'd be a great thing for them to have a player like that there.
At number 4, we have the Cleveland Browns taking quarterback Blake Bortles from UCF. As you can see, I'm wearing my UCF gear. That's where I go to college, and he's done great things over the past couple of years, and he's been in the top 3 quarterback rating for the past couple seasons, and with the standout performances this year against Penn State, South Carolina, Louisville, and Baylor, he's started to show people exactly what he's made of and that he's the real deal. He's fine with flying under the radar, but it's about time that people recognize who he is, because he's straight from the Roethlisberger mold, where he stands in the pocket, he's got great composure, he's not the fastest, but he's got quick feet, makes great decisions, got a strong arm, and his fundamentals are great. He's easily coachable.
At pick number 5, the Oakland Raiders, they've had a tendency to select the fastest player they can find over the past few years, and this year it might just pay off if they select wide receiver Sammy Watkins from Clemson. Sammy Watkins has been at the top of the receiver game in college for the past 3 years. People knew who he was coming out of high school. They knew what he was going to be. And if Oakland can get this, do wonders for either Matt McGloin or Terrell Pryor, or if they get a new quarterback over free agency, it'll definitely help them a lot.
At number 6, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking defensive end Jadeveon Clowney from South Carolina, which at number 6 is a complete steal. A lot of people are projecting a trade up to number 2 with the St. Louis pick to get this guy. He has been known as the best player in the draft for all of this past season. They thought about sitting him all season just because everyone knew the type of player that he was. He's the best pass rushing prospect over the past 5 years at least. And when you have a team like Atlanta, where their defense and offense were both struggling this year, their offense can get back, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Roddy White can get it going again. I think they could be really dangerous, and when you have a pass rusher that good, it takes so much stress off of your secondary, because they don't have to hold on their guys as long when they're playing man-to-man. The quarterback doesn't have enough time to think, and when he can't think, he's going to make bad decisions, and you're going to force a lot of turnovers.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers own pick 7, and we believe they're going to take offensive tackle Cyrus Kouanio, not really sure how to say that yet, from Alabama. He has been protecting A.J. McCarron for the past 2 years, helped them win a national championship last year, and if Tampa wants Mike Glennon to be the quarterback of the future, you got to start by getting a franchise left tackle. So,
at number 8, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking quarterback Derek Carr from Fresno State. He's another small school quarterback, just like Blake Bortles. He's coming out. Didn't perform that well in his bowl game, but his draft stock didn't really suffer that much. He's a big, strong arm quarterback. He can throw the ball a mile. And when you have a passing game like Minnesota's, where they like to run off the play action, they like their deep passes, when you're not just handing the ball off to Adrian Peterson. You know, that's the type of quarterback they like, someone that can throw the ball deep with accuracy, and I think he'd be a perfect fit.
At 9, we have the Buffalo Bills selecting outside linebacker Anthony Barr from UCLA. Anthony Barr, this entire season, has been projected in one of the top few spots, and if he slips to 9, Buffalo will just be pure excited. They've had a great year with the rookie Kiko Alonso, and they have Mario Williams back there, and if you add him, Anthony Barr, with all those guys, Buffalo could actually, do something again. It's been a while since they've been up there.
Yeah,
having a great a great linebacking core would definitely be a good start.
At number 10, we have the Detroit Lions taking cornerback Justin Gilbert from Oklahoma State. He's known as the best secondary defensive player in the draft. That Oklahoma State defense was very stout this year. He had, I believe, 6 or 7 interceptions on the season. He's a great playmaker, and he can play man or zone. Very versatile. Detroit likes to mix it up with their blitzes, and I think that he can handle anything that they ask him to do, and that's exactly what they're looking for, especially with that offense that Detroit has. If they can get some playmakers on defense to get that offense the ball back, they can do great things.
At 11 is the Tennessee Titans. We have them taking safety Clinton Dix from Alabama. Tennessee has great opponents that are quarterbacks in their division, and with quarterbacks like Andrew Luck and possibly Teddy Bridgewater and Johnny Manziel now, they could definitely use someone like Clinton Dix, and one of their secondary players are testing free agency. What was his?
Bernard Pollard.
Yeah, and last year they gave up franchise worst 471 points, so Clinton Dix would definitely be a good addition here.
At number 12, we have the New York Giants taking outside linebacker Khalil Mack from Buffalo. He's a great pass rusher, versatile. He can play 3-4, 4-3, whatever they need. Great edge rusher. And when you have a guy like John Beeson that they've had this year, he's done great for them, but he's more of a run stopper, and he's not a very good pass rusher. He's great in coverage, but Khalil Mack is that type of guy that can get after the quarterback. And just like we were saying with Jadeveon Clowney, when you put pressure on the quarterback, it helps out your defense a lot. And New York hasn't had that great of a defense over the past couple seasons.
So St. Louis owns a 13th pick also. And earlier in the draft, we had them taking Jake Matthews to protect Sam Bradford. Here we have them taking wide receiver Mike Evans from Texas A&M, just to have him throw to someone that's great. He's been catching from Manziel for the past 2 years, and he's done exceptional things there, especially against Alabama last year and even this year a little bit, I believe. So definitely help out Bradford.
At pick 14, we have the Chicago Bears taking defensive tackle Louis Nix III from Notre Dame. Chicago had an okay team this year, and went right down to week 17, and they couldn't pull it out. But this is going to be one of those cases where they take the best player available. He's known as the best interior defensive lineman. He clogs up running lanes and forces double teams. And when you have a guy like that, it just opens up plenty of opportunities for the blitz to come right through, or other defensive linemen to get more opportunities to get at the quarterback or stop the run. So it would be a great pick right there.
At pick 15 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have them taking offensive tackle Taylor Lewan from Michigan. Pittsburgh's current left tackle is Kevin Beachum right now, and he's been letting Ben Roethlisberger get drilled all year. And with him getting up there in age, a franchise left tackle would do them wonders. Because if they want to have a shot again, they need to start where it matters the most, offensive line.
And at number 16, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking cornerback Darquise Dennard from Michigan State. And he's known as probably the best man-to-man defender in the country. Great at press coverage, great at covering those slot wide receivers. There are a lot of good receivers in that division, and if they want to stop them, they're going to need someone that can just man up, put them on an island, and just shut them down. And that's exactly what I think Darquise Dennard can bring to the table. So that's the end of the first half of the first round of our mock draft. We're going to have to put up a part 2, and I hope you guys go through and watch that. Maybe your team hasn't gone yet. Hopefully that means your team did pretty good. And so we'll catch you guys in part 2.
Later.